JD, when all the excerpts of this book, Fear, came out by Bob Woodward, I read these articles, based on the headline, I was sitting there kind of with bated breath on the edge of my seat, waiting for this bomb to drop. Well, what does he have that's so terrible? What does he have that's got liberals in a froth? There was no smoking gun. The allegations that he levied are that the chief of staff got angry at the president once and was annoyed that the president didn't listen to his advice. God forbid that ever happened. That Trump lost his temper during a mock interview with Bob Mueller that they were staging as practice. And that's pretty much it. Well, I mean, was there a smoking gun that I missed here?
No, Liz, there's no smoking gun. This is basically just rumor and innuendo, gossip from Bob Woodward, a reporter well past his prime, just like his partner Carl Bernstein. Woodward and Bernstein were instrumental in taking down a Republican president, President Nixon, 45 years ago. They're trying to do it again today. They're trying to notch their second Republican president they're trying to take down. Bob Woodward deliberately releases this book 2 months before the midterms because he wants the American public to hate Trump so much that the Democrats retake the House and start impeachment proceedings against President Trump. This is pretty obvious. It's a political hatchet job, and it's shameful.
Well, and see, that's the thing. We don't know whether this is true or not because it's all anonymous sources and he didn't tell us who it was. So I'm fine even accepting the premise just for a moment. What if this is true? I mean, I guess what's the big deal if it is true that there's some chaos in the White House, that the leader of the free world and his staff who are making decisions that impact not only the American people, but the safety and security of our world, that there's some discourse and some chaos in the operation? I mean, this isn't a grocery store. There's going to be high-level decisions. There are power players and there's emotions. I don't understand why Carl Bernstein says John Kelly should resign. Even if John Kelly said those things about the president, which, by the way, we can show on the screen, General Kelly denies having said that. Even if he did, why should he resign over that?
Yeah, who cares what he says in private, right? I mean, this is a disgrace from Carl Bernstein, Bob Woodward. These guys had better days in the past. I think they're just trying to regain some of their lost fame and popularity. I see Carl Bernstein on CNN quite regularly. He's always breathless in his attacks against Trump and associates. They're so over the top, it's really not even worth reading this book. The campaign was very hectic too. I was the director of national security, but guess what? Even though we had a hectic campaign and everybody knew that, President Trump is still the president. He won anyway, because what was the alternative? Hillary Clinton? What's the alternative in 2020? Elizabeth Warren, Cory Booker, John Kerry? I mean, come on. President Trump will probably be reelected, and that's why people like Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein are so desperate to have the House go back to Democratic hands in November so the Democrats could try to impeach him. That's what this is all about.